Today's guest blends emo and a raw punk energy with deep singer-songwriter soul, creating a unique blend of sounds that you don't hear anywhere else. Please welcome Sam Varga to Televised magazine. How's it going?
Going really well, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's taking us a little bit to get this all put together, some delays on the way, but I'm glad to finally be talking to you. Glad to finally be talking about your new EP, The Fallout, which is out now for
Yeah.
anybody who's listening to this.
Woo.
In a press conference, you said it represents the entire past year of your life. Tell viewers a little bit more about what this EP means to you and your journey.
Yeah, man. I haven't gotten to release an album like this before. Most of the time you spend time gathering up a bunch of songs, you go in and record them all, and then you have to wait for them to have their day.
Hmm.
And just from nature of how we created it, like I was able to just release this throughout the year as it was being created. So,
Yeah,
and there's
because it aren't like four or five of these songs already out in the world.
Yep. So the
Yeah.
EPs kind of bring them all together, and we got two extra ones that you haven't heard yet. And we started this back in October, and so from October of 2024 to now, it's just been like a song, a month, every month or every other month, and
Hmm.
all songs minus the first one were all created in 2025. So I've gotten to release all this music in 2025 that I made in 2025 just kind of sequentially, and it's just like an awesome snapshot of the year, which has been really
Yeah.
cool.
Do you ever hear one of those songs and be like, "Damn, life was tough in March," or "Life was great in March"? Like, do the songs put you in the headspace when you hear them?
Kind of. I think the coolest part is that I can listen to them all now, and some of them are more relevant than whenever I released them.
Hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this one's taken on a different meaning now.
Hmm.
But for sure.
So one of my favorite songs is "What If I'm Okay." It blends those pop punk vocals with the Americana guitar work really well. What's the story behind that song in particular?
Um, that was a brutal day. That
Yeah.
yeah, that was an interesting write. We had all gone out the night before and nobody was feeling top at
Hmm.
all. And we had a riot at 11 and I was dragging myself out of bed just trying to find some food, feeling like crap. And something happened at the coffee shop where like they forgot my order and I was just sitting there for like 20 minutes and I had to go. So I didn't get my coffee, I didn't get my food. And then as I'm getting to the right cancels and the artist can't make it, and then somebody else falls out. I'm like, this is perfect. I'm just gonna go home.
Hmm.
And then the producer was like, no, come through. I just brought four other people into the ride. And I'm like, oh boy. Okay, so now
So
we got a packed room and we're still doing it. I'm like, all right, I don't know what this is gonna be
yeah,
like.
what a chaotic day, and it was probably only like 11 a.m. or noon by that point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was 11 a.m. and walk in and we got like five people in this room and everybody's hungover. And I was like, I don't know what this is gonna be, but I think everyone was just like so haggard that we didn't overthink it, and
Hmm.
we were off to the races like really really fast, uh, and it was great. So the chaos kind of like excuse me dictated the right and what we wrote about, and yeah, I think we all just wanted to be okay that day.
Yeah, it brought a song out that you didn't even know you were gonna write. Isn't it funny how life works like that?
Yeah, for sure.
You're no stranger to putting out music. Your first release was in 2020. What separates this release from past releases, and what did you learn while making it?
I learned a lot, man. I think the difference between this release is it was fast. There
Hmm.
wasn't a lot of there's not a lot of overthinking on this record. This is just what I made this year, what I liked, and it's out. And hats off to all my collaborators. Like it took a lot to pump these out as fast as we did, and we were kind of like right cut. And it was like
Yeah.
and not because I decided to. It's like, hey, boom, I like this one. Well, let's release this one. Hey, I like this
Hmm.
one too. Let's release this one too. Um, and figuring all that out with budgets and timelines. But this was the fastest rollout I've ever had for sure. Um, And what was the second part of your question?
What did you learn while
What did
making
I
it?
learn? I learned that appeasing the algorithmic gods doesn't necessarily always work.
Yeah.
And I think I'll let my music simmer a lot more in this new year.
Okay.
I think I'll give songs kind of a longer breath,
Hmm.
and I think I'll try to enjoy it more. Try to
Yeah.
try to celebrate releases a little bit more and not not let the kind of algorithmic gods and play, dictate how much I'm enjoying releasing.
Because I was gonna say, when you're releasing that fast and it's just like, well, this song was written 3 weeks ago and now it's out into the world. One, just looking from the outside in, one pro I would say is like you can't be as indecisive about it, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
kind of just one and done. But some of the that could also be a con too, you know? Was there ever a song where you were like, "Oh, maybe I could have waited another 2 months on that," or, you know, since we put it out so fast, like it sounds good, but here's something I would change now 3 months later.
Um, Truthfully, no, I didn't have that this go. Like it was all happening so naturally
Hmm.
that I mean, the bones of the songs were all there after after the write, after the first day. So I knew what it was going to be. And then I already got one in the chamber and one out. So now I get to just, fine tune that guy.
Yeah.
He bumps up into the line and they're just all kind of happening very, very naturally. And I didn't feel like I needed to be overly decisive about these songs. They just kind of happen in a way that it was more so, hey, don't mess this up versus hey, this needs 10 other things.
Yeah. Like it needs to be good, but we don't need to sit for 3 months on if it needs to be absolutely perfect down to the last minute detail.
I just feel like we got so close from the get-go.
So close, so quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got to help because it sounds like you have good collaborators working with you.
the best.
Got to help when you have people who you trust, who you enjoy being around, who you know personally, who know you personally, who know what you want to get those good results so fast.
Yeah.
How long have you been working with these collaborators?
Let's see. Dan Swank I started working with in 2021, I believe, was our first deal.
Mhm.
Um, and he's been my brother in music ever since. Um, Todd Tran, I think this was my first year. That's not true. Since 2024, I've been working with Todd. He's fast, man.
Yeah.
He he's kind of a force of nature behind that board, and just you don't know what it's gonna or what we're going for that day, but just it's big and it's fast and it's awesome.
Hmm.
And then my buddy Corey is in an amazing band called Southcourt. Uh, we just started co-writing a little bit together, and there's something just real natural about the sounds that we were getting. Uh, so, I mean, those were, and then my first time cutting with Corey was this year for sure, which was great. And then the kind of all those songs between those three producers would go back through Dan, and he was the mixer on all of this as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just, all these guys are amazing producers.
Yeah, great people working with great people, and you can hear it, on the songs. It kind of sounds like, you had fun recording them because you're with people you
Yeah.
enjoy, and the sound of the record is great as well. Your music kind of transcends genres in a
Oh,
lot of
thank
ways, is what I would say. How has that sound formed over time?
Man, it was just what I liked. I didn't want to choose for better or
Hmm.
for worse. It's probably confused the algorithm, confused some listeners at some point, but like I wanted things to move like punk songs, and I wanted to have the lyric up front, and I really wanted pedal steel, and then I wanted banjo. And it was just kind of up to the taste. I didn't really overthink that too much. I like this. Give me that.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the best parts of listening to a lot of music is having a lot of inspirations to pull from, you know, and it seems like you wear those inspirations on your sleeve. If you
Thanks.
could only list three artists who have inspired or defined your sound, who would they be?
Oh, only three's hard. Let's think. Say Jackson Brown for sure. Uh, Toss up between All Time Low and Mayday Parade, and Jason Isbell probably.
Yeah, I noticed your shirt.
Oh yeah, oh, I didn't even realize it. Yep, I do have Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, shout out.
I've only ever heard one of his records, the Nashville Sound, I think it's called.
Great one.
Um, I need to dig more into his discography sometime. He's pretty great.
Yeah.
Hey, it was great having you on. Great chatting about the EP. One more question before we wrap things up. What song are you most excited out of the two that are unreleased? Which one are you most excited for fans to get their ears on? Because when we're recording this, it's not out yet. Fun fact for everybody watching.
Dude, I'm gonna have to say number seven is a trip,
Yeah,
and I'm so glad it's the last song on the record because it's the one we had the most fun with. Because there was no like, oh well, hey, I need this type of song, or hey, I need this one needs to be about a girl because the other one were about existential crises, and this like, dude, I need one more song, and we just ran into the studio and we ripped it, and
yeah,
it was just the only thing we had in mind for that song was we're gonna do this in 4 hours and it's gonna be really fucking fun. And
yeah.
that's what that song is.
Well, hey, that's how Paranoid by Black Sabbath came to be. Did you know that?
I did actually.
Yeah, they needed to fill like 3 more minutes of time on the record, and they cut Paranoid in like I think 3 hours, something like that.
Perfect.
So there you go, fun little story right there. Hey, thanks so much for sitting down and talking to me. Where can fans find you on social media?
Sam Varga music, all in all of it.
On all of it, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your music. And then the fun little brain teaser question that I end every interview with is what are your three favorite songs at the moment? Whether I were to ask you, your best friend, or if someone walked up to you on the street, what are you saying? What's your on repeat right now?
Her by Tyler Halverson. Uh, Nightstand by Colby Cooper. And Rain Me In, Sam Fender and Olivia Dean.
Okay, the only one of those I've heard is Sam Fender and Olivia Dean's song. That's part of why I like asking this question because it gives me more stuff to listen to as well. So I'll have to check out those other two. Hey, thanks so much once again. And everybody, you can stream The Fallout right now, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music. It was so much fun talking to you, dude.
Dude, you as well, man. Cheers.
And then we'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.